Good morning, beloved. Today we're going to continue on with Daniel chapter 6. And this talks about Daniel in the lion's den and how his co-workers, if you will, tried to get rid of him. They were jealous of him. Daniel in the lion's den, chapter 6. It says, the plot against Daniel. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 satraps, stationed throughout the whole kingdom, and over them 3 presidents, including Daniel. To these satraps gave account, so the king might suffer no loss. Soon Daniel distinguished himself above all the other presidents, because an excellent spirit was in him. And the king planned to appoint him over the whole kingdom. Imagine that. So the presidents and the satraps tried to find grounds for complaint against Daniel. Daniel in connection with the kingdom. But they could not find no grounds for complaints or any corruption, because he was faithful, and no negligence or corruption could be found in him. The men said, we shall not find any ground for complaint against this Daniel unless we find it in connection with the lore of his God. So the presidents and the satraps conspired and came to the king and said to him, O King Darius, live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the prefects and the satraps, the counselors and the governors agreed that the king should establish an ordinance and enforce an interdict, that whoever prays to anyone, divine or human, for 30 days, except to you, O king, shall be thrown into a den of lions. Now, O king, establish the interdict and sign the document so that it cannot be changed, according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which cannot be revoked. Therefore, the king Darius signed the document. Although Daniel knew that the document had been signed, he continued to go to his house, which had windows in its upper room open towards Jerusalem, and to get down on his knees 3 times a day to pray to his God and praise him, just as he'd done previously. The conspirators came and found Daniel praying and seeking mercy before his God. Then they approached the king and said concerning the edict, O king, did you not sign? O king, did you not sign that anyone who prays to anyone, divine or human, within 30 days except to you, shall be thrown in the lion's den? The king answered, the thing stands fast according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which cannot be revoked. Then they responded to the king, Daniel, one of the exiles from Judah, pays no attention to you, O king, or to the edict you have signed, but he is saying his prayers 3 times a day. When the king heard the charge, he was very much distressed. He was determined to save Daniel, and until the sun went down, he made every effort to rescue him. Then the conspirators came to the king and said to him, Know, O king, that it is the law of the Medes and the Persians that no edict or ordinance that the king establishes can be changed. Then the king gave the command, and Daniel was brought and thrown into the den of lions. The king said to Daniel, May your God, whom you faithfully serve, deliver you. A stone was brought and laid on the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet ring and with the signet of his Lord, so that nothing might be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and spent the night fasting. No food was brought to him, and sleep fled from him. Then at the break of day, the king got up and hurried to the den of the lions. When he came near the den where Daniel was, he cried out anxiously to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you faithfully serve, been able to deliver you from the lions? Daniel then said to the king, O king, live forever. My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths, so that they would not hurt me, because I was found blameless before him. And also before you, O king, I have done no wrong. Then the king was exceedingly glad and commanded that Daniel be taken out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no kind of harm was found on him. The king gave a command, and those who accused Daniel was brought and thrown into the den of lions. They, their children, and their wives, before they reached the bottom of the den, the lions overpowered them and broke all their bones into pieces. Then King Darius wrote to all the peoples and the nations of every language throughout the whole world, "May you have abundant prosperity. I make a decree that in my royal dominion people should tremble and fear before the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, enduring forever. His kingdom shall never be destroyed, and his dominion has no end. He delivers and rescues. He works signs and wonders in heaven and on earth. For he has saved Daniel from the power of the lions." So this Daniel prospered during the reign of Darius and the reign of Cyrus the Persian. So, beloved, as we can see that the plots that Daniel's co-workers set for him, unfortunately, were given to them. They fell to their deaths in the lion's den, because God indeed does rescue his faithful ones. Just remember that as you go through your day. Bye, beloved. Thank you.